I have a rifle. If the system collapses, I may be reduced to eating rabbits and wild turkeys. On the other hand, if the system survives, I may be reduced to eating bugs. Doesn't make collapse sound so bad. Speaking of food, in the article The Peculiar Relationship Between Inflation and Theft, we read, Scott LaFranchi, First Security's General Manager, Marketing and Product, writes that academic research points to a positive correlation between inflation and the incidence of property crime. As inflation increases, so too does theft. Inflation is often characterized as the invisible thief due to the fact that high inflation rates result in the devaluing of people's savings. If a $50 bag of groceries is now costing you $55 at the checkout thanks to inflation, it can feel like someone's just picked $5 from your pocket. I actually joked about that before, the phenomenon of shrinkflation, wherein you pay the same amount of money but get fewer sheets of paper per paper towel roll, fewer bowls of cereal out of a cereal box, less orange juice in a container. It's called shrinkflation, and thousands of products you use every day are subject to it. I joke that shrinkflation is when the store shoplifts from you. Despite the swindle, certain customers are of course reacting in kind, stealing from stores. Certain retailers, however, are taking a cue from 1984 and rolling out surveillance state supermarkets.
So I was in London a few days ago and I saw something that I've never seen before. And I've been thinking about it ever since. It's kind of bothering me. Have you guys seen these new stores that Amazon is building? There's no cashiers, no checkout area, no cash registers. You just scan your Amazon app, walk in, take anything you want, walk out, and your Amazon account is automatically charged and a receipt is sent to you by email. I'm honestly not sure what to think about this. On the one hand, it is very convenient, even kind of cool. On the other hand, it feels like the next level of surveillance. It feels kind of scary to be normalizing this. And it is going to be normalized. This is the future of grocery shopping and probably all shopping, and I'll tell you why. Walmart, for example, says that they lose about $3 billion a year from theft. But it's basically impossible to steal from a store like this. You can go ahead and try, take anything you want, stick it in your pocket and walk out. You're still going to be charged. You can't even get into the store without scanning your app. They know who you are the moment you walk through the door, and they've access to your credit card. This means that Amazon stores will automatically be more profitable, and that will force all the other stores to either drop their prices to compete or adopt the same model, and I suspect they'll do the latter. So imagine that in the not too distant future, shopping as a whole is going to be basically automated surveillance.
So if you think about it, inflation is being used to help build the surveillance state. The thing about it is, the same economic titans who are behind interest rate manipulations that drive up inflation are also the same people pushing the surveillance state. Is it possible that inflation is their invisible tool, like the force of gravity that everyone obeys but very few are conscious of? Consider the fact that we just witnessed an economic sign that hasn't happened since the peak of the Great Depression in 1932. According to Fox Business News, the most recent GDP report revealed the decline in real disposable income that we witnessed in 2022 was the largest that has been measured since 1932. The most troubling information in the GDP report is the precipitous drop in disposable income, which fell over $1 trillion in 2022. For context, this is the second largest percentage drop in real disposable income ever, behind only 1932, the worst year of the Great Depression. Because of all this inflation, more Americans can't afford their car payments than during the peak of the financial crisis. Might this phenomenon be used as a pretext to sneak in the surveillance state and normalize smart cities? For those who don't know, SMART stands for Surveillance, Monitoring, Analysis, Reporting Technology. Of course, to be able to have all these CCTV cameras, surveillance equipment, and electric vehicles and so forth, they require raw materials, like cobalt for Teslas is found in the Congo, or lithium for the batteries, which is why Evo Morales in Bolivia was deposed, or titanium deposits that were found in Ukraine right before we invaded. To fuel the coming dystopia, they have to invade half the planet for the raw materials that will allow it to happen. Right now, Putin changed the law in Russia to encourage his people to buy gold and silver. Silver in particular is more than just money. It's used in every electronics component in your house. If Russia sucks up all the silver, the attempt to turn the Earth into a prison planet will be hobbled. Hence why they hate Putin. China too is being passive-aggressive toward the West and denying them access to the rare earth elements they have, which amount to 95% of the planet's total supply, and which are critical for all these new smart technologies. We're launching a new initiative called The New American TV with Rebecca Terrell. I'm on the show as a sort of color commentator for the news. Check it out on the Worldview Weekend broadcast or on our Locals platform, or just by visiting thenewamerican.com.